Um, just a few words to introduce Jennifer. She's currently completing a PhD exploring the experiences of migrant women trafficked into and through Ireland for the purposes of sexual exploitation. She's doing this at the Dublin City University, and she's also working part-time with the Immigrant Council of Ireland. Jennifer has been our main liaison with survivors, a very important role in this project, and we thank her for this. So I'm handing over to Jen.
Thank you very much, Nusha. Good morning, everyone. Like Nusha has said, and Brian, my name is Jennifer Okeke Campbell. But aside from exploring the experiences of migrant women who have been trafficked into Ireland for sexual exploitation, the majority of the participants in the pilot program still live in Direct Provision Center. And being a former resident of Direct Provision Center myself, that makes the ASSIST project very important to me on a personal level. So I will briefly speak about some of the innovative ideas used in the ASSIST project to ensure that trafficked women were not only at the center of this project, but also a part of the process from start to finish. So victims of trafficking played a central role in both the conceptualization and implementation of this project. The ASSIST project contributes towards the integration of third country national female victims of trafficking for sexual exploitation. The project delivers gender-specific legal assistance and practical support to trafficked migrant women in 5 EU member states in order to contribute towards their integration. The project is based on victim-centered and gender-specific approach. The project partners comprise of feminist organizations, 3 support services, and 2 independent law centers. Together, we were able to deliver structured gender-specific legal assistance, information, and overall support to more than 50 trafficked migrant women to date in areas central to their integration. Our assistance to victims of trafficking were guided by a service delivery agreement, which we developed at the start of the project. For this agreement, we interviewed trafficked women survivors in all countries. They gave their opinion on what is appropriate and helpful in the areas of legal assistance, material assistance, and various integration supports like education, training, and employment. We also developed information materials adapted to each individual country, encouraging trafficked women to seek gender-specific supports. These materials were informed by the survivors in all 5 countries. We held partner discussions as well to identify best practice in gender-specific assistance to women. We did it in various ways, thematically and country-specific. The essence of this discussion is reflected in our report, Assisting Trafficked Women, which is now available electronically and in print. I would like to finish by explaining a bit more the involvement of survivors, as I consider this the most important and valuable contribution of our project. On a practical level, victims played an important role through their participation as experts and the services they delivered through a novel pilot program established in all the EU states involved in this project. Direct victim opinions were gathered for the purpose of gaining an authentic understanding of the gender-specific needs of migrant women. A brochure was created in all states as part of the project, and the information within outlines the rights and support services available to trafficked migrant women. The design and language of this brochure includes important input from integrated former victims of trafficking. A pilot program for training of survivors who had already recovered, integrated, and have trusting relationship with Immigrant Council was also part of the project. The survivors' core role was to provide assistance as positive role model to recently identify victims through a peer-to-peer session. The peer-to-peer session was relevant because it helped victims of trafficking resist stigmatization, support change in victims' perception of themselves, and how they believe they are seen by others, can strengthen the resistance of victims and prevent trafficking or the return to prostitution. The session allows recently identified victims to ask questions on the experience and integration process of their role model. And some of the themes that emerge from this session includes being housed in direct provision centers, especially in this COVID environment, immigration concerns, access to education and employment, access to legal representation, access to various health services. After the peer-to-peer session, a feedback interview was carried out with both the integrated survivors and the recently identified victims. And I will read out some of the feedbacks in the women's own words. One of the survivors said, "The support by a woman who has been through the same experience as me, but she has a future now. She made me realize I am not alone. She understands what I have been through." Another said, "I was able to express my feelings to the mentor without fear because I know that she understands me and will not judge me because she has had a similar experience." Yet another said, "Having a mentor means putting you in the right direction because she's a survivor herself and is in the best position to understand women, and other survivors will benefit from it. My mentor was very nice, accommodating, and welcoming. When I was talking to her, I discovered that we actually had a lot in common. I saw her as a resource that I can use. As such, it was very good for me." Another said, "It is different when you are talking to someone who has been through similar experience to you. I don't have to explain, be embarrassed, or feel stigma. In recovery, hope is very hard to have, and working with a mentor allows you to see what hope looks like. A mentor is an inspiration to me," another said. "She inspires me. I am still in awe when I think of her." And the last but not the least of the survivors said, "A lot of people do not know that such services exist. If not that you brought it to my attention, I would not have known that this kind of services would be really advantageous. I would not have known this kind of services will be really advantageous to more women out there who are in the same situation. More awareness needs to be created about this kind of peer support program." So overall, the involvement of survivors is recommended as a means of enhancing effective integration services. And as such, it is of central importance to effective gender-specific assistance promoting the integration of trafficked migrant women. Thank you. Back to you, Nusha.